from where I'm standing, again, being like an Indian woman, like not married, no kids, like I'm at the bottom of the barrel here. I have been the woman that has like built up men, has believed in their dreams, has supported their dreams, have funded their dreams, have pushed for ambition.
I feel like a Martin Luther, I have a dream speech
like,
coming
you know what I mean? Like I have been her. I've been the ride or die and to go through the mud and like all the. I'm not doing that anymore. And like one day I was home and I was like chilling with my dad and we were like having a whiskey and like just talking. And he's like, Priya, he's like, you want to get married, right? And I was like, yeah, Dad. And he's like, to a man, right? And I was like, you think I'm gay? But for real, like you can't base your happiness off of other people.
Yeah.
Or society or anything else, because from where I'm standing, again, being like an Indian woman, like not married, no kids, like I'm at the bottom of the barrel here. Like, you know what I mean?
Not funny, but I understand
but I'm
what you
saying
mean.
like that's just like that's what it's at.
That's the perception of where
right?
it's
like
at.
if you don't have a husband, if you don't own a home, if like, it's like you don't have status until you're married.
Now, you said that's how it could be perceived, but you don't feel that way.
I feel I do actually. Not that part, but like I feel like I'm behind in life and like societal measures, just because I don't have those things. But I mean, I like my life, like you know. But sometimes, it's like, we love a little man, little something, like
A little man, you mean a kid?
like a partner,
a
like
partner.
that
Got
would be
you. Okay.
And like I thought I would have kids, like by now, and I'm not saying I wouldn't have them, but like I'm just older now, so it's just like a different lifestyle. It's a different path. Like you got to like think about different things. But I'm just saying, like in my community, I'm not like I'm really far behind.
No, I understand that, and I feel like there's a lot of communities that are like that. Like when I was in college, I went to a predominantly Jewish college in New York City. Shout outs to Brooklyn College. Like 40% of our population was Jewish, and I got to learn a lot about the Jewish culture. And there was a girl that I befriended, and she's actually interestingly enough, she's a radio show host now. I won't name the radio station so no one can tie her back to this story, but she was taking her time through college, so she was about 24, still in school, 25 around there, and she was expressing that at that age.
Yeah.
She's like, if I'm out married in the next 2 years, it's like, it's all downhill for me and my culture and my community. I was just like, oh, this is like fascinating to me, because
really?
Because at that time, when in my 20s, that was the first time me hearing that concept. Because in Caribbean cultures, it's different, right? There isn't a pressure to get married that young.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting to see someone saying at 25, 27 that they're like, old or damaged goods or something like that.
Yeah, like I'm like dust now for like my
not
community.
funny, but I mean you're making it funny. Yeah,
but all of my cousins married between 23 and 26. 30s, insanity. My parents would ask me, like what's
going on?
What's happening? Like what's good?
Yeah.
And then this also, like this story is pretty funny. So like one of my cousins came out, she's like a lesbian, right? So she came out, whatever. Family was fine with it, whatever. And then I didn't at the time, like I didn't date anyone for like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. I don't even know. Like I didn't bring anybody home. It's also very different in my culture. Like you bring home the person you think you're gonna marry.
Yeah, I get it.
And like one day I was home and I was like chilling with my dad and we were like having a whiskey and like just talking. And he's like, Priya, he's like, you want to get married, right? And I was like, yeah, Dad. And he's like, to a man, right? And I was like, you think I'm gay? Like, what is happening here?
Because of your cousin?
No, because like I've just been single for so long.
Oh, he was just curious.
Yeah, he was like, are you like, we good over here?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Dad, like I'm fine. Okay. Yeah. Just haven't found anybody yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But now like they're really chill. Like they don't pressure me or anything like that. They're like, take your time, because now there's a lot of divorces happening. as well for like people that have gotten married like younger and things like that. So my mom's like, there's no pressure at all.
Right. So speaking of that, right, it's a good segue. We talked about your upbringing in Rexdale, kind of, not fitting necessarily in with all the Indian kids and kind of looking like you're from the Indo-Caribbean and all that type of stuff. Safe to say that you've dated outside your race, right?
My whole life.
Your whole life. So talk to me about the experience of being an Indian girl, dating black, whoever outside of your community.
They were all black.
All black. Okay. I didn't want to make that assumption, so I was being safe here. Talk to me about what that experience is like, because the reason why I bring this question up is growing up for me, I grew up in a very multicultural community, Indians, Asians, everything. And growing up as a kid, I didn't know it was like that until I got older in my late 20s. And I'll give you one specific experience. I remember in my late 20s, working downtown, I go to lunch, and I'm sitting down with an Asian guy and a South Asian guy, and we're having lunch at some like sushi spot. And I don't know, we got in a topic about dating and bringing home girls, and got in a conversation about prom. Like, oh, who'd you take for prom? Was your date like? And the Asian guy said, if I ever, he's like, I remember getting in a fight with my mom or his parents or something. He's like, so to piss her off, I brought home a black girl. And I was like, yo, that was crazy to me.
Wow.
And I didn't even know. And like the Indian guy kind of said something there. If I ever wanted to make my mom mad, I would just bring, like, and I never really thought about it like that until that moment in my life. So I've come to learn that the Indian community is very tight knit. A lot of that I do respect, but then there's a portion about it that seems very, racist like, or a lot of discrimination or whatever. But
racist like, it's racist.
Well, I'm trying to be diplomatic here because I understand everybody in the community is not like that. But talk to me about what that experience was like for you personally, where it was then and how it is now.
So yeah, I've only dated black men, but not just, I would date any guy, but those are the ones that just talk to me. And my very first boyfriend was Jamaican, because for some reason I can't get away from them.
I mean, Jamaican men are, we're out here, but
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, when my parents found out, they were like immediately no. Like, are you insane? Like, absolutely not. Also, probably didn't help that I was in high school and he was in college.
Fair.
That also probably didn't help.
Yeah,
but it wasn't. It was like a 2-3 year difference. I was in like ending of high school, so like 17, I think.
Right.
But my mom, they were immediately like, no, like you can't do this, and I was like, yeah, okay,
BMW,
whatever.
you broke the rule.
I mean, fair.
Yeah.
And so, that was very rough because I was like, this is my boyfriend, like I love him, like all this stuff or whatever. And then I went to university. We were still together. My parents didn't know. Then I had to take a break. They found out during that time. Like I took a year off of school. They found out. And initially, like they weren't paying for my schooling just because of like the issues I had with them. So they were just like, it was rough, like I said. So like they were like, well, we're not paying for it and whatever. And so the reason I had to take a break from school is because I had to work.
Right.
So I worked like 3 jobs to like save up to go back to school. And during that time, they found out and they're like, we'll pay for your school if you go to like these 3 universities. And they were all very far away. And
so it was strategic.
Right.
Gotcha.
And I was like, so I picked the only one that was still in Ontario because one was in Halifax and one was in the States. And so that was Windsor. So I picked Windsor and I was struggling with it, but I was like, what? And I actually talked to his mom about it. And she's like, you get your education. Like, that's what you do. Like, if he doesn't get that, then like, that's my son, but whatever. He didn't like that. He broke up with me and I went away to school and they paid for it. After that, I came back, whatever. Over time, like, they just didn't care anymore. Like, it was kind of like, I don't know, they were just way more accepting. And I think that I was like talking to my dad and I was like, Dad, honestly, like, I'm your daughter. Like, I understand that. But like, when you look at me, Like, what do I look like to you? Like,
do I look
like, he's like, oh, you look Portuguese. I was like, what does that mean?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
My dad's also like very funny. Like he's like amazing. Like he's a great guy. I asked him the other day too. I'm like, so if you could change my name, like, would you ever change it? No hesitation.
He would.
Yeah.
What would you change it to?
It was, what the hell was the name? Oh, Maria.
Maria.
Yeah.
Did he?
But he didn't like. He wasn't like, oh, let me think about it.
He just knew.
He was like, Maria. I was like, so do you hate my name? And he's like, no, but like, you look like one. And I was like, all right, Dad, whatever. So
interesting. It's interesting also that he chose the Portuguese reference because I'm also thinking about like Goan Indians that were colonized by the Portuguese, right? So I can kind of see why he.
It was just like there was just no hesitation in his voice. Like he didn't have to think about it.
Yeah.
And when I asked my mom's like, "What do you mean? Like, you look like I don't know." She just didn't have like an answer for that. And then they were just fine. And then my last 2 boyfriends, they were fine with. Like there was no issue. Like they were very welcomed in my home or in their home and in my family. And there was just never an issue after that. I think like because I stood up for it in my first one, I was like, well, this is going to be my family. And you just need to make a choice. Like at the time, like what are they really going to do at the end of the day? So like one of my cousins, she was dating a guy, he was Guyanese and he was Muslim. So when the family found out, all hell broke loose. And they were like, you're disowned. So they disowned her, meaning like they kicked her out the house, like whatever. And all of my uncles and aunts and my parents were all like talking to her parents, saying like, you can't do that. Like, it's fine. Like, they'll be fine. It'll be fine, whatever. And then closer to the wedding, they took her back and it was fine. It ended up horribly though. So that wasn't good.
Didn't work out the relationship.
Yeah. And then it was just very like, oh, well, no, I told you so.
Right.
Kind of situation. So like that wasn't great. But like at the end of the day, like they'll come around. Like here. I don't think in India it's very different. Back then, I don't know about now. I haven't been back in a minute.
So do you ever think, because that takes my mind a couple places. Do you ever think that, because a part of me when I hear that story, when they're like, they've come around, right, talking about a larger family or what have you, do you ever think that, okay, on paper they've come around, but it's different when you've actually signed the dotted line where this person is now legitimately a part of your family, and let's say now you have a son or a child. Have you ever thought about that your son or child obviously would be darker, especially if you're dating a black man, what that experience would be like?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. That was a huge thing when I had my first boyfriend. I was like, I would never bring my kids around you guys, like to my parents. Like it was very crazy at the time. But my family, I would say, is like very westernized. They've all been here in Canada longer now than they grew up in India.
Right.
And we have this one, how do I say it in English? Priest that typically marries everybody, like in my family. Like he just does all the weddings. And, in talking to him and like within like the Gujarati, which is the language I speak, like community, he has married like every faith and race like together. So like, no, I don't think it's like just for show. Like one of my cousins married to like a guy from Ireland, and like he wore a kilt and she wore a sari, and like he married them and things like that. So I just think back then, and this is like in the, early 2000s, it was just different than it is now.
Right.
And like, I think that if like my cousin came out at that time, all hell would break loose.
Right.
So I think that they're just more accepting now and understanding that, you brought us to a country that has like so many different facets of life. Like we're just not all gonna, stay the course and like follow and like stay like within this one community.
Right.
So.
Right. So it's all good now, huh?
Yeah, we're straight.
Straight.
Yeah.
That's good. So, you know, we kind of touched on it a little bit. You're talking about, you know, want to find your guy. So, like dating your man or little man or
you can find me.
Phrase.
Yeah.
Right. So, I thought I'd kind of wrap up our conversation with a little fun, little dating question here. I think I know how this is going to end, but let's go with it. So, it's 2026. You're dating in Toronto, and you have to choose between one of these three options here: the guy with the perfect text message game but zero plans, or the guy who says, "Let's see where this goes after 6 months," or the guy who's emotionally available but lives with 3 roommates. Which one of those are you picking, and why?
All right, can I break this down?
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing.
All right, so the first guy is what? Bad.
The first guy is perfect text game but zero plans.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to have no pen pal, so that's next.
Okay, so he's cut. Got you. Then the next one is the guy who says, "Let's see where this goes after 6 months."
All right, so at the age that I'm at right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this into like buying a house.
Yeah, yeah.
So like you're like, all right, yo, I'm ready to buy a house.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out and run and look at a house. You're like, this backyard's too small. Like I want a bigger backyard. So you go on to the next house.
Yeah.
This yard, I don't really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Doors maybe like not big enough. Like maybe now the next house you go to, the room's too small. All these things. Then you walk into this house and you're like, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything I want.
Mm-hmm.
Still got to do the inspection, got to understand the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Then you're like, all right, I'm going to think about it. You think that house is going to stay on the market? I don't think so.
So you're bouncing.
So that's a no.
Next. Okay. And then the guy who's emotionally available but lives with 3 roommates.
All right. So this part. I have been the woman that has like built up men, has you know, believed in their dreams, has supported their dreams, have funded their dreams, have pushed for ambition.
I feel like a Martin Luther, I have a dream speech
like,
coming
you know what I mean?
right
like I have been her. I've been the ride or die and the go through the mud and like all the, I'm not doing that anymore.